back on the, and by the way, we're live. I was actually listening back on the Nerdist podcast when they brought Rooster Teeth on, and they were just like, "This game is so great. This is the best game." And then, if you remember, like shortly afterwards, people started picking apart and poo-pooing BioShock Infinite's story. I was just like,
"Oh no! It accurately reflects the racial realities of 1912 United States."
But it still has racism. That makes it bad. We have to remove all racism. Ever. We can't talk about anything between the periods of 1700 and about 1860. So.
But at BioShock set like 1912.
But and then we just kind of.
So 1700 and 1990. There we go.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened. Some people had a fight. There's some fights.
Some cops beat up a guy, and then people got really upset, and we said, "Okay, we'll stop this whole racism thing. No more. We'll quit it. We'll quit it." That's how it went. That's how the history books will read it. There was no racism ever.
Everybody's gotten together along forever.
It will never ever happen again. Hey guys, how's it going? Starting off with light topics.
Yep.
Oh, we're doing horse show today, if you can't tell.
For some reason.
Yeah, that thing.
Well, I mean, there's some cool stuff we can say. We got some vendor news from Nights.
That's good. I have a one cool thing I can generate all by myself, which is awesome. A new fun thing that I'm doing that you may have seen on Twitter yesterday. I'm making mixed drinks for everyone, so I made a certain Saint Germain drink for Tabitha Saint Germain.
Now she will try it.
She said a damn nothing. I tweeted that and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a reaction. Actually, I should check. It'd be improper for me not to check. Hello, Google logo. What? Oh, you know what? Shh. I have a laptop on my desk, but on my lap, but there we go. There we go. Then I just make that and make that. Let's see if Senpai noticed me. Nope, no Senpai noticed me.
Nope.
Wherever Craig Greppic didn't like it.
Check out them trips.
Trips? Where?
2,777. The winner is you.
Wait, I'm going to have to double back and figure out what you're talking about.
Your follower account on the Bronyville account.
Yeah, I've got a decent number. I'm not as web popular as others, but that really doesn't matter to me that much. So, actually, it does matter some. But so how you guys been today, huh? Hey, thanks for joining us. I've got some coffee. Sandy is working through. You actually had breakfast at like the same time I did, and it's already noon here, so it's 2 o'clock there.
Yeah, I was seriously wiped out. I've been kind of wiped out for the last couple days. I slept 10 hours last night. And yeah, had a really slow start. Showered, went and picked up some breakfast and some tea, and came back and I was like, oh, I've got to do the doc.
Gotta do the doc. Gotta sit here for 2 hours talking about stuff.
Truly the worst thing ever.
It's let's see. Trying to remember.
And talk about all the money I've spent on the Steam sale.
Oh God, that's gonna be a lot of what I say. Oh, Sandy, I fell down a bad hole. I started going like, you know what? I'm gonna be part of this team effort. Oh, that was a bad choice.
No, that was a bad choice.
That was me thinking badly. I'll explain a little bit how much money I spent.
Just saying, Shadowrun's Returns is also on sale. It's like, what, $3 right now?
Yeah, I got that.
That's good stuff, people. $3.74, 75% off. Steam Play, Windows, Mac, and Linux.
And coming from someone who plays Shadowrun.
Yes.
So which edition rules is it, Sandy?
This one's actually third. It's actually the previous edition because it's closer to the actual game that came out on the Sega Genesis, whereas the modern incarnation is fifth. But I haven't played that one yet. Because things, my Shadowrun fourth group, things went kind of crazy, so we haven't been able to play in like 6 or 7 months. So we're pretty much declaring the game over at this point. But you know, there's things like 5th edition D&D coming out and whatnot. Looks pretty cool. So,
well, hasn't? Oh, so they actually are. They're completely sweeping 4 under the rug. They're just kind of like, that happened. That was a thing. Boy,
that was a thing.
We sure did. Remember when we made a version of D&D that was like an MMO? Nope, neither do we.
Yeah, people have. The way that they're doing stuff now, it's a lot closer to 3rd edition, with a little bit of the refinement from 4th, minus the, everybody has a special moves thing.
You know, with D&D, what I would really, really enjoy would be actually a return to like 2nd-ish edition. Part of D&D's flavor, I know, is being slavish to the rules and what you can do. But I enjoy the flavor of being able to have a little bit more roleplay control. You know, not the entire thing of like, I'm going to go talk to this person, and it'd be a situation where it's like, okay, you go and you try and barter it out and figure it out, opposed to, well, let's see what your streetwise is.
Well, that's up to the GM.
This super strict rule setter. Now, that's usually what drives people to D&D, is they're just kind of like, all right, how can I min-max this stuff? Was in a campaign with someone using the Oriental Adventures pack, which is a crazy pack. But he kind of figured out this thing with playing a samurai where if he kept critting, he could just keep going to the next person. And he had everything done to a particular like way that he always critted. So we had a room with like 20 guys, and he's just like dead. We're like, all right, well, cool. There's like four remaining for us to mop up.
The chat is saying, pick somebody from the chat.
Should we? Yeah, okay. You guys now. All right, we're gonna do this. You guys have to nominate someone from the chat. So speak amongst yourselves and make nominations. I want to hear your best campaign speech. Rusty's like, oh God, that's a joke. That's a joke. Also hilarious since it's several seconds behind. I don't care. Everybody's confused. All right, let's see. Well, we could just roll through what we got here.
Oh, also, hey, dumbasses, you should really not use DHX's stuff. There is a epic rage time, that silly derpy video the creators took it down before it got nuked. Because surprise, they're using DHX assets.
Watch your eyes, dudes. Watch your eyes. That's how they know. They can tell by just looking at your eye.
Yep.
Yep. Have we shared out the doc yet for all of our news ponies if they exist?
For the non-existent news ponies, the doc is editable for the time being.
I shall drop it into the chat. Ah, there we go. All right, you did it too. Good.
Oh no. Google Chrome cannot connect to horsenews.net. There it is.
You're gonna have to give me the any link for the Epic Rage Time stuff. Let me see if Horse News has done anything of importance recently.
Emmy Larson autograph spree ends with co-signing loan. Did Big Apple PonyCon actually happen?
Can anyone confirm? Was anyone there? A very fiery brony burlesque coming to Arkansas. Okay. Oh, anti-brony tumblers. That's a good one. M.A. Larson autograph spree ends with co-signed loan.
Huh.
See, Heavenly Nostrils gets revealed. Brony Tail on iTunes and reorder. Girl posts panties on the internet. Colbert had a pony clip.
Yes, the video of Iraq 2009.
Perfect Day for Fun got released. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. This is so fun for streamers. Silvahound gets his stuff taken down. See, there's some stuff that happened. Let's see, I think we're getting there. Star Swirl Academy Dakamakura's coming. And there was that great article on starting a horse con that we helped out with. All right. Wow, 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 wow. Let me see. We should get a third season here. Oh, Rusty Headphones, let's see. All right, do you got your stuff all set up? You ready? Because I'll just toss you in here. Make sure you get your headphones all set up. Otherwise, I'll just hit the button and just, you know, you'll scramble for whatever stuff. One said. I have you on Skype, yeah. Hold on. Looks like you haven't, you know, refriended me because you're mean like that, but...
Testing, testing.
Oh, you're coming across wonderfully.
Oh yeah, I'm using a headset.
Oh, great.
What is this profile picture of you, Cider?
So this is, if I remember correctly, let me just look at my picture.
It's Apple.
Oh, it's the Applejack as Mammy.
Apple made.
Yeah, Applejack is mommy.
As Mommy. Yeah, it's a for those of you, I'd have to find the picture. But I like having Madoka themed stuff just because it's so messed up, even though I haven't even finished it. But God, I gotta.
Oh, God damn it.
Type.
Someone's like, oh, hey, you have the cards that I need for the summer Steam thing.
Yep.
Except because I installed Steam on this new laptop, because you've logged in from a new device, in order to protect the items in your inventory, you'll be unable to trade from this device for 7 days.
Ooh. I didn't know that.
So, sorry, I have all these cards that I'm totally not doing anything with, that I would totally trade to people, except that I can't because my main PC is in the shop.
Let's see.
Collective sigh.
There we go. There's the picture for any of that are curious on my profile. It is Applejack as Mammy. So it's just to be silly. Also, don't you want to take a big bite of apple? And all the Madoka fans just went, ugh! No! Oh, no!
I haven't watched Madoka, so I'm just gonna say something about not losing your head and assume it's right.
Yep!
It's a tough world. Don't lose your head.
The same with Mark, who is 50% off or something.
Oh, yes. Oh.
I watched that episode when it was out, and everybody was posting those jokes, and all the comments were just, "You monster! How could you do this?" Poor Marco.
All right, let's see. We've got show stuff, we've got things, we've got stuff, we've got shows, we got things. Has there been any new releases on the comics? I haven't even paid attention. I
think the Mirror World arc has been concluded. I haven't read it yet.
I haven't picked my copy up.
We're the worst.
I've seen the final page because someone spoiled it.
I saw a picture of what looked like good guy Sombra turning into bad guy Sombra. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. That's the page I saw.
I was like, oh, I kind of like good guy Sombra.
So you screwed up the balance of the world.
Gotta set it
Blame
right.
Celestia, it's all your fault.
You gotta be evil now.
Celestia, she just wanted some immortal unicorn D.
All the feels.
I did really enjoy the fact that they took the risk and didn't have Celestia just constantly be just this like, I'm above everything, ah! Like actually doing something like that where it's like, wow, not only are you A, kind of in a relationship, but B, semi-quasily putting your entire world in danger because of it. It's like, oh, well, it's nice to see that they at least went the way of like, oh, well, she's not totally infallible, all-knowing, like, oh, I know how everything's gonna happen, so whatever.
She's a pony just like every pony else.
I'm just gonna vanish during these big critical moments because I can. Whoa!
I saw this other panel of the comic. I'm looking for it right now, so I can quote it word for word, which has a really angry-looking Luna. Where is it? It was somewhere here. Come on, it's... Terrible at looking for things. Oh God! There's also this thing. I don't know if it's real or not, but We Love Fine is releasing those glasses, sunglasses thing that look like the eyes of the characters and are creepy as hell.
Oh, let me go see that. Was that the? I did see a picture of something like that, but I didn't.
It looks so creepy. Oh God. Oh, there it is. So basically it goes, I can't believe you replaced me with another me while I was gone. I'd be insulted, but I don't think I can be, since it was me. It's a really funny panel.
Oh, look at that. Good old Leakfish gets an image right on the front page. That's pretty nice. Friend of the area. Has her Flutterbat as his winner number 10. All right, should we do a show? Seems like a thing we could do. Quack 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 quack. No wizard killing this week. We can't guarantee anything if Applejack shows up. Alright, we're live. We're recording at least that bit. Now let me see how well this machine actually records the audio. Or records the video. So that way we can put it up on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Local recording, processing. Yeah, we're doing this. All right, let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 148, recorded on June 28th, 2014. I'm your host, Apple Cider. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Hope everything's cool. Hope everything's fine. I'm technically the red horse over here on the video for the podcast. That makes no sense. Sandy's here.
Yo.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Things in Texas being Texasy. How on the scale of hot in Texas, how hot is it?
It's only actually broke 100 like once, so it's actually doing pretty good.
So the El Nino is in full effect. Everything's broken.
Yes. We'll get snow at some point this July, I'm sure.
It's completely it's bedlam at this point.
Yep.
Only 100 once in Texas, for shame. How about crazy thunderstorms?
Not really that either. It's just been rainy.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Talking about weather. It's been dry here. Stuff.
Welcome. California is just gonna dry up and fall into the ocean.
Kind of. You know, it's so it is so ridiculously dry out here, even though we have a giant pool of water just sitting in the middle. Just like, can we figure out how to desalinate some of that stuff? Nobody's using it. No, we can't. Takes a lot of energy. Aw, bummer. So Sandy, we've got a guest this week, and he's just somebody from our chat room that we pulled in because we were like, hey, let's get a guest because that's cool. Having guests and fun people is cool, and pulling in some people from our chat room who are always awesome and loyal fans is pretty cool.
Yes.
Super professional.
Oh, the max professional. Why not? Why not? It's the summer. It's the hiatus. You know? We gotta do it. We gotta, you know, people are just kind of like, I'm taking a pony vacation. That's how it goes. So, this is Rusty Headphones from our chat room. You do anything else, Rusty? What are you up to?
Nothing big, actually. I'm just hanging around
Are you?
home right now. I'm somewhat of a streamer somewhere else, not pony related.
Ooh, all right. Well, pimp it.
I'd rather not because
That's my naked pimping channel.
It is a community streaming channel on Twitch, and we're just a bunch of stupid guys streaming stupid stuff and beaming to each other.
So you're a regular streamer on Twitch.
A regular streamer. I do not make any money of it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
We get on video games and we get on the internet and we stream stuff and we talk for a while doing stupid things. I have no clue what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that does that.
Or we play Age of Empires. One guy attacks everybody and gets upset because everybody fights back.
Well, that's why you always ally with one side, and then eventually you stab them in the back, take all their stuff. You know, you got to know how this works.
Yeah, that's basically everything else that has been happening there.
You just figure out who you ally with. Like, all right, I'm going to be on this side. Then you just get enough of an upper hand to shiv them. It's Game of Thrones. It's all Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
I saw a really good somebody was making like Game of Thrones history maps, and then I came across a Game of Thrones interactive map which allowed you to, like, per chapter or per episode actually watch everyone move and do all their stuff. It was fascinating. You're just like, oh, and then this person moves here, and then they do this, and then they go down here, and then they die. Oh, and then this character goes and does this and moves here, and then they die. It was rather, yeah, if you just type in interactive Game of Thrones map, it comes up, and it's pretty fantastic. You could just see Daenerys just go whoo, just all the way across the world. It's pretty fantastic. Game of Thrones, Game of Ponies. Hey, ponies. There we go. I'm back on track. Anyway, we got Rusty here. Rusty, you know how this game works. You've seen this show a few times, I believe.
I now have the chance to break the podcast.
You do. Oh, you know. Oh no, he knows the rules, Sandy.
Yep.
He knows that if the two questions don't get asked, then I just shut everything down. I toss the mixer into the bay. The show is completely destroyed. It is our one Achilles heel. All right, Rusty. Favorite character, favorite episode. Go.
Best horse is Buckhorse.
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 Apple horse.
And
the wizard destroyer.
No, bug horse.
Oh, sorry.
Not Buckhorse.
I heard Buckhorse. Okay, Bug Horse. So Queen Bug.
Yes, Queen Cheese Legs.
I can only guess what your favorite episode is then.
Yes, Gaston.
Yeah. No.
Gaston?
The guess would be that it was the wedding.
It was until recently.
Ooh. Okay, well, what is it?
It is now the season 4 finale.
Season 4 finale. Yeah. What's sad is that my brain is trying to process it now. I'm like, okay, what happened? That was the one. Is that the one with the tree in the box?
Yeah,
well, yeah, it was. It did have the tree in the box, but
they blew up the tree.
yeah.
Ripped tree.
Destroy rainbow trees, everything. Well, cool. We have you on. We're going to do a full show. We're going to talk about, well, we're kind of in the middle of the hiatus at this point. Just waiting for horse. So what can you do? What can you do to pass the time since there is nothing else horse going on for a little while? And, yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's move this forward. First off, Sandy, you know our lovely sponsors. So who are they?
There, we love fine purveyors of clothing to clad your filthy body in. They have things like Well, Dota beer glasses now for some reason. That's interesting. PvP Scratch Fury dice bags. My Little Pony Season 4 contest winners. Let's see, how many shirts did Leakfish get in this one? Like, all of them? I see at least 3.
She petitions her stuff well on Twitter. She knows how to do that well.
Let's see. Leakfish.
Yep. Come on, Skype. You can do it.
That's 4 wins for Leakfish. But you can use our coupon code Bronyville 10 and save 10% off your purchase. Let's do it. Because you need pony shirts.
You do.
I do.
It's true. It's so
But
true.
shipping is $60 for me.
Well, you know, it's some percent off.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a number.
I just have to buy enough shirts so the shipping is exactly 10%.
and then, of course, there's Nightmare Nights Dallas, some PonyCon in Dallas that some guy runs. It's kind of a big deal.
Grody.
Kind of owned by a mega convention organization.
There's a giant picture of Tabitha St. Germain.
Wow! Yes, Nightmare Nights Dallas is in fact the PonyCon. It is SandyCon, but not really SandyCon because I have a lot of people that work with me on this. Nightmare Nights Dallas, October 24th, 26th, 2014 at the Crown Plaza Addison. Same place as last year. This year we've got Tabitha St. Germain, Britt McKillop, Amy Keating Rogers, Josh Haber, Heather Newfer, and oh, I'm missing the last person.
Oh, all right, hold on. I'll give
Natasha
you the list.
Levenger.
There you go.
Yes. Plus the fandom horse famous people like Dusty Cat, Full Papers. We have musicians like Manda Pony coming back, and all that fun stuff. Be a good old time at the tail end of the year, last big con of the year for folks. So if you're our 3-day pass is just $40, woo! Check us out.
Yep, man.
NightmareNights.net.
And I see you're still doing the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital as your charity for the year.
Yep, and food drive for North Texas Food Banks. People can donate their spaghetti.
Drop it.
Yep, that'll be started up about a month before the convention, just so people can start donating if they can't make it.
Still premium sponsors, all the different sponsors.
Yeah, we sold out of all the $500 tickets.
Yep.
There's still a couple of $250 tickets left. Then there's just the regular stuff. We'll have our shirt design and our hat designs
Ooh.
very soon. Yeah, we're having embroidered ball caps, and it's we have to get the art finished, and we'll be taking pre-orders for delivery at convention. And once we actually do put the art up for pre-sale, or the hats are pre-sale, they're only going to be pre-order.
All right, cool then. All right, so you're going to go over that, and that's nightmarenights.net. That'll get you there, and that is October 24th through 26th at the Crown Plaza Addison. By the way, I'm actually I'm being sneaky with my work and being like, hey, we've got an office in Dallas, and I'm planning on being there in October. I should probably, like, work in Dallas for just a little bit, and you can cover my airfare.
Yes, that would be very convenient. And they can also pay for your car rental while you're out there.
That would be nice. I seem to recall last year my car rental was very important.
Yeah, we're going to fix that this year, that's for sure.
Oh, that was fun. All right, and the last one is my pet project, the thing I'm working so hard on. It's Audio Stratus. I'm making the first cloud audio recorder, a process that you can use to make awesome audio on the internet. So if you have a friend up in Seattle and you have another friend that's down in LA and you need to record something silly like this together, you can get it. Do you notice how Sandy sounds a little bit like he's in a tin can right now?
Thanks, Skype.
Yeah, then that's just what happens with Skype. He's got a great microphone. I'm sure Rusty has actually a pretty good microphone on his end, but because of the distance.
It's just a old headset. And excuse me for a second, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Max professionalism here.
Okay, but you know, in any case, if he was recording directly off of the microphone he had, it wouldn't have any of the distortion. That's what this is all about, is making sure that you get the audio as crisp and as possible as these microphones right here can collect. pull it all together, make it so that if we were making this thing, it would sound like everybody was in the exact same room. And so that's what we're doing. Audiostratus, audiostratus.com. We've got a little link right here. Just give us your email list. We're going to be doing beta stuff. We're very close to getting some people to actually help us get the money and get us where we need to do to make this a very awesome product. This is my baby. This is going to be hopefully my life moving forward. So audiostratus.com, go check it out. That is going to be my thing, and I will be doing a new podcast soon, and I will explain that a little bit more about that as my one cool thing later.
Gasp.
Another one?
Another podcast. It'll technically be like number 3 at this point.
They keep stacking.
I know. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you now, I'm going to start doing dev stuff. Which dev stuff is the podcast for Dev Scruff, and as well as people who are interested in making starting their own business, making things, making software products. It's very open-ended, just to talk to people about how they start a business or how they actually can take an idea and make it something real. Because for a lot of people, it seems scary. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of, uncertainty. And I want to do something where it's like, hey, listen, I'm some weird goober that has an idea that he really cares about. And there's plenty of people out there that are just like that. But there's so many obstacles, there's so much self-doubt that you can pour yourself into, that it becomes important to listen to somebody say, yeah, it's a little scary, but you're a smart enough person to get over it. You can do this if you really believe. And sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail. You just have to accept that and move forward, depending on which way it goes. And as well, it's an opportunity to me to stay honest. It's me staying honest with my product. It's me staying honest about actually doing stuff and being timely and continuing to progress forward on it. And I'm going to make sure to bring in guests who are going to be, people in the Bay Area that will be that are people making startups, making their own devices, making their own things so that they can pimp their own wares, and also just explain the trials and tribulations that they've went through making whatever they've been doing. So I think that'll be really cool. You can go check that out. That is over at audiostratus.com, and I'll have a link, and I'll be able to direct everyone over to the that podcast once it comes out. I don't know where that's going to be, but I'll start generating that soon, and I'm really excited for that. So, oh, cool, and Gray just signed up. Hooray! Yay! Yeah, you'll anyone that signs up over at Audiostratus, you'll be constantly informed about how things are progressing with it. You'll get periodic emails from me, pretty much saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing." And the other thing is that if you're interested, it'll actually probably get you into like a alpha or a beta invite to actually try out the product once it's going, even before people who might be in the Kickstarter stuff. So yeah, audiostratus.com. That's my baby. All right, Sandy, should we move this thing forward?
Yep.
Shall we do more pony? All right, let's do this. It's hiatus. What do you do during the hiatus? Well, you don't watch episodes or new episodes at least.
Yes, you don't watch new episodes of Horse because there is no new Horse. You can always go back and Netflix entire series of entire seasons at a time if you want, because they have all 4 seasons on iTunes now.
Yeah,
I don't have Netflix.
Oh no.
Actually, it's supposed to come before the end of the year. Finally.
Yeah, I imagine that Germany, with all the GEMA stuff that y'all have to contend with, has probably been major pain in the butt.
Actually, I'm from Switzerland.
Oh, okay. I thought someone had mentioned that you were in Germany.
Yeah, that's what confused me as well.
I was going to say, but yeah, Germany and all their crazy audio recording, video recording things they got going on. Ugh, sounds like a nightmare.
We have a Swiss friend now.
Yay!
Yay!
If I ever want good chocolate, I know where to go.
Indeed.
But yeah, so it's the hiatus. We're in the middle of this great ponyless summer, as we like to call it, which isn't as much now because of a few things. But let's go through the idea. What can you do? There are, we're hearing it's November ish time frame before the show comes out, because I've actually started hearing a little bit that it might come out this calendar year. The first spooks was that it was going to come out like see you in 2015, but it sounds like that there's at least a little bit of indication that it might be November time frame. But what can we do? That's several months ahead. That's what at this point 5 months from now.
Yeah, it's coming pretty late in the year, if at all, in 2014.
So how do we survive without the fandom eating each other?
Haha, that's the thing. You must cocoon yourself away like a cicada, and then emerge horrifying and winged when the new season comes.
And then just screech with all of your brethren in the middle of the night, keeping ones up that are not used to cicadas.
Yes.
Family, friends, anyone?
Me and my thousands and millions of friends will all screech in the middle of the night, rubbing our hind legs together in songs of love. As cicadas do.
So yes, what I've been doing is just been watching a lot more anime and going through Bones, the TV series. The really stupidly unrealistic, yet still pretty fun procedural.
That show to me seems like it's a procedural, but it's one of those shows where it's just me sitting there just going like, just get in a relationship already. You know you're gonna tease. It's not gonna happen until season 6. Tease. We hate each other.
All this tension.
Is Bones the TV show that has holograms but also has flip phones?
Yes, that's the one I was referring to a while back. Yes, 2006, they've got flip phones and huge, thick laptops, but they also have massive monitor screens and holograms.
At least they're not going to create a GUI in Visual Basic to track the killer's IP. Oh.
I saw that video with the 2 morons, 1 keyboard you once mentioned. That, oh my god!
Oh, 2 morons, 1 keyboard is great. Just hit every key, it doesn't matter.
That doesn't work this way. Why?
Unless your brains are linked together. Unless you are part of a hive mind, in which case, no. If not, then no. But yeah, so you've been catching up on a lot of anime, which is one of the reasons that we do FU every week, so we can talk about all of our other stuff. But let's figure out pony-wise stuff. Like, if somebody really wanted to stay really involved in the fandom and stuff like this during the summer, what could they do? Well, let's start with official stuff. There's always the comics. Comics are good. They don't come as often, but they're tiny little doses. I saw that preview for the Applejack Rarity comic and went, this'll be good.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Rubbing the palms together. This'll be real good.
It'll be pure shipping fuel.
There was that time that she went out to the Mud Pony farm and kept a picture of Applejack. Just saying. But yeah, there's that. So those come, roughly every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you get a new one of them. So that's good. And as we've said, the comics in most cases are really good. There's been a few, mostly the micros, that have been kind of hit and miss. I think the only storyline, I didn't even read the, I mean, pretty much the mainline comics have all been really good. I can't vouch for the Bookworm plot line, how good that one was. I assume it was probably just, it was all right. It wasn't anything that was just like the Chrysalis or the Nightmarity arc that had everybody squealing in Squeal Land. But let's see. So there's some other stuff. There is the super secret. What's that MMO? Ooh,
Legends of Equestria.
Legends of Equestria. They've got a secret server, by the way.
Don't say too loud.
Don't say that there's a secret server that MLP runs.
Shh.
Just saying. But yeah, it's being used as quiet beta test. But if you wanted to do that, oh come on! Nobody listens to the show. Nobody watches things. This is madness. But yeah, I mean, you could. What are Rusty? So what are you doing during this period?
Playing video games and streaming video games every once in a while and playing some more video games.
So do you play video games with any of your pony friends?
Not with my pony friends, but with the other ones on the on-set channel. The Gentlemen's Lunchtime Association.
Gentlemen's,
That's not the name of the channel, but that's just the name of the group.
Mm-hmm. So it's the group you didn't want to pimp earlier, but now have.
You probably won't find it with just searching for this.
All right. Add it to the Google Doc.
Oh god!
Oh no!
What have I done?
You're in trouble now.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm the only brony there, and at the beginning didn't work out that well, but by now it's just a running gag that I'm the local word I can't say here.
Word you can't say here. Let's see. So yeah, we do the So there's that. If we're talking about games, and God, we could talk about the Steam sale a little. Holy smokes!
It's been disappointing so far.
For me, it's been way. We're going on weird tangents, but mostly because there's nothing to talk about this week. It's
basically, what are you doing while no pony?
Yeah, akin to it. So yeah, the Steam sale happened, and I've probably dropped at least $200 on the Steam sales.
Oh man!
Oh God!
Easily.
It's a lot more than I have, that's for certain.
Well, this is what happened. So I picked up a whole host of games. If I could go back a few days, in one of our chats, I stated everything I had. Let me see. BattleBlock Theater, The Bureau XCOM, DLC Quest, Divine Cybermancy, Gone Home, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, Orion Dino Horde, Rogue Legacy, Shadowrun Returns, Spelunky, and State of Decay. So I purchased all of those. And I didn't add to that list, but I have been playing the latest Saints Row, which has been ridiculous. But yeah, so I purchased all of those, but I also fell down the, hey, I'm part of the blue team, time for us to get all the things so we can win the things for the day. Yay! So I was purchasing the trading cards and making trading cards for my team and was still losing and things.
Yeah, I saw the rules for this and said, nope, I'm not even gonna partake in this. Because the thing is, you can buy a token to switch team. Mm-hmm. And every time I look at the scoreboard, I see just one team way far ahead. And everyone else basically neck on neck way behind.
Yeah, there was actually some collusion going on.
There was some Reddit shenanigans. To explain, what happened was, people were first assuming of something that Steam was setting it all up. But what happened was Reddit was all working together and going like, all right, so red's going to get this day, green's going to get this day, blue's going to get this day. And that way, everyone has an equal chance of winning, so just compile all of your stuff together, and then we can go ahead and then that team can win, and then everyone else will just get their day. And then I think... And that happened all over a weekend. And then I think Monday came around, and then Steam went, hey, guess what? Teams number 2 and 3 win for this many people. And then they just said, it's over! We're all going! Forget it! Red's all in! And Red just went crazy. It was kind of fun, at least for the one day that I was actually contributing and doing stuff on the day that we could have won. It was kind of interesting, but like the stuff that I've won has been like, so I got 2 bags of stuff for TF2 that was just like, hey, you got regular standard TF2 items. Woo. And a whole bunch of stuff for games I don't play. Like, it's like, hey, here's some gear for Spiral Knights. It's like, awesome. That's a game, and a whole bunch of like games that I've never even seen. So yeah, I've probably spent at least like $50 on the cards alone. And
Jeez.
I know. When I have a bad, sometimes addicted personality. But I was just like, I want to see what it does. I want to see the rates and the stuff that I could get off of this. Not noticing that if I just went to the market and purchased the things that I wanted, I would have saved something around a lot of money. But
a lot of monies.
Yeah. So, but I wanted I wanted to be there. I wanted to experience the zeitgeist and drop a whole bunch of money during it. So, but however, well, yeah. Don't trade everything on the market, kids, which is smart news right now, considering the fact that today's the last day. Yeah, if you've got any of those cards, sell them now, because their value is just about to drop to nothing. But yeah, I've done that. I've purchased some games. Speaking of
something
games,
something that I found surprising is that Enslaved Odyssey to the West is on Steam. I thought it was a PS3 exclusive.
And which one was that again?
Enslaved Odyssey to the West. It was I think it's 2009 or 2010 when it came out for the PS3, and it's right now on Steam for $5.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. It actually follows like one of those classic. It's either Japanese or Chinese tales. Like it's the one that like half of all anime is written on, and pretty much Dragon Ball Z is written on too.
On Key something.
Yeah. It's pretty much just the warrior's journey story told again, or whichever those classic Asianic stories.
The characters are based on it. It's also mocapped by Andy Serkis.
Ooh.
And I think it plays in a way post-apocalyptic New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked neat. I after spending as much as I did on some of the other silly stuff, I didn't have much money remaining for it. But yeah, it was something that I was kind of interested at. I think I might wait for the winter sale. As for games that you could do pony stuff in, there's always TF2. I don't know. You could go
Pony Fortress 2 is still a thing as far as I know.
Yeah, you can go onto a server. You could be an Applejack. I've actually been on that server a few times, and it's weird because what happens is somebody randomly gets like the superpowered pony like ability, and then all of a sudden you have Trixie running around setting everyone on fire. It's strange. It's really strange, and you have to kind of like read up to understand like what all those powers do. But it's strange. Yeah, you know, if you wanted to do something a little bit. So if you remember back to season 1, and we always kind of say this during the hiatus, there was the thing that was out there for the achievement list. Like, do this or make this, you know, which is like, hey, why don't you practice drawing? You know, and there still are drawing groups and groups inside of, I believe, like DeviantArt and places like that where they're practicing their drawing. Actually, I wonder if EQD is going to do that, because they used to do a like summer drawing. I need to poke the EQDers. Go like, you doing that thing again that always drove you nuts? Last time I remembered it was Fee just going like, it's so much work.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could work on that. I know some of the people, like our friend in DefMech and who else? Super Roni 64. They've been doing more artwork and drawing during this period. You could always go on FemFiction, find your favorite group, and then become their lord by, you know, writing fics in that particular genre.
Yes.
That happens very often, where it's just like, oh my god, there's this writer who keeps writing stuff in the genre that I really like. I really like My Little Pony Naruto crossfic, so this is great, you know.
You're encouraging atrocities, AC.
Twilight Sparkle is a ninja master, and she does the things with the. Oh, that is a bad link. That is a very bad link.
What?
Don't click that, Greg. What'd you do? What?
Summer Achievements and Challenges 2014.
Yeah. There we go. Equestria Daily Summer Achievements. Yeah, there's the 2014 version. I'll click that and pull it up for all to see, for all to read. Pulling up the stuff on EQD. But yeah, here's the 2014 achievement things. Oh, look, they have Pony Wordsmith, so write a fan fiction, read a whole bunch of fan fiction, write a long multi-part fanfic. So yeah, they've got different little values. Get subscribers on YouTube. Oh. This video.
I could reawaken my old YouTube channel. But it hurts every time I look at
go to a
it.
pony convention and it features the Nightmare Nights icon. Yes.
I actually
did
will
not
be going
notice
to a
that.
pony convention this summer.
Vocalist is a picture of Mando Pony. Oh, he's so dreamy.
Trixie Bates and something in with Trixie image attached.
No more wubs. Create a song with physical instruments. So yeah, there's a whole list of these things. So the Summer Achievement and Challenges 2014. We'll go ahead and toss that inside of the duck. Or if somebody could actually do that, that'd be wondrous.
Yes.
Edit.
I will probably attempt the drawing one again. Will once again settle with I can't draw, but I can pay people to draw for me.
Edit a source filmmaker pony to make a new pony. Do a D&D campaign. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff on here. It just keeps going and going and going. What's the last one? Decorate cupcakes as each of the main 6. There you go. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff you can check out there for stuff and things.
Yep.
Anything else? Any other suggestions you guys got?
Of course, yeah, Graham is pointing out, hey, there's the pony mod pack for Starbound. I'm like, yes, Starbound still is a thing. I haven't played it in months because they haven't updated it in months, but the pony mod pack has see, they've added armors. They've actually made it so that the armor fits the ponies. You don't have to run around as just a regular pony.
Pony looking dude.
Your pony can have armor. Copper, silver, gold.
Alright. And you're on your crazy spaceship.
Let's see, there's
The robots invading is actually the main 6 as robots. Huh.
New ship.
That's alright. You can go check that out. That's listed in the
Just this image, this.
yeah. Yeah. So that's in the Starbound forum, so you can find that. Yeah, there's plenty of hey, you could go down the road of going to the Civ 5 all the Civ 5 crazy pony mods and see if if you could just pit nations against each other. It's like, do you really want to have the Lunar Republic versus the Celestial Empire? Go for it. Simulate it all.
Oh god, those days of New Lunar Republic. And
just back in the days where we had to make up fights because there weren't enough of them. Like, we're getting along too well. We need to make up things to get angry about.
It's the Matrix 1.0 all over again.
Crusader Kings 2. Sometimes,
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
A friend streamed that and named everybody after people in the chat.
And then people started dying.
Yes. This one has a son. Who shall we name him after? And then there are always these very quotable entries in the chat where just, Oh no, my wife died. Good job. At least she pooped out a child before she died.
What? Okay.
Something like this. I can't quote it word for word, but it was something along the lines of this.
Let's see. The my go-to when if I'm just feeling like having kind of some mindless fun is when it's one of those builder games is Tropico, just because I enjoy everybody going El Presidente. You'll need more bananas. Like, all right, I'll make some banana plants. Let's do this. So yeah. All right. Well, we got some stuff there. If you want to do hiatus-y things, there's definitely those. But there's plenty to do. You could listen to the show. You can make your own show. Get your friends together. Go stream League of Legends like everyone else on the internet. So, all right, Sandy, shall we go ahead and hit up these news? Some news time stuff. All right, let's do this. All right, I'm fire status is ?
A whole bunch of nothing.
Yep. All right, I've heard.
We don't even know if we're on fire.
It's questionably fire. All right, I've heard news. There's San Diego Comic-Con stuff.
Yes, the San Diego Comic-Con toy this year is.
All right. So it was Derpy before. Then after Derpy, it was Vinyl Scratch. All right, I'm really psyched. Let's hear it.
Maniac.
Huh?
From Power Ponies.
The weird green hair, like crazy Joker one?
And it looks really dumb.
Huh. Alright, so let's see. So it's Maniac.
And Spike as Humdrum. And then, of course, there's an Equestria Girls version of Maniac with a crazy dress and crazier hair.
Oh, God. Why?
Some very Xena-looking boots. I actually kind of hopes, like, at least for the people that buy this, is the mane, like, bendy? Is there a wire in that mane that you can bend the tentacles around to do it, or does it just look that weird? I'm looking at it, and because there's a seam on the part where Humdrum is actually standing, I kind of think there is going to be a wire in there, but I really couldn't tell you. It's also $50.
Yeah.
So I don't know how big it is, but it's probably not a fashion size.
Yeah, the Equestria Girl, that one doesn't look like it has any wires. That just looks like straight hair.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is the hair gonna stay that way? Because it doesn't look solid in any way.
Mm-hmm. Also, what's up with the mini skirt in the front, full skirt in the back? Is this the what's that terrible redneck haircut? Is this the
mullet?
The mullet of the skirt world is short in the front, long in the back. It's a
skirt mullet. Oh my god.
Just this weird, just like you can see my knees and my thighs, but you can't see my butt at all.
Oh no. Also, the what was it? There's something else that they were doing that was just kind of weird. I'm trying to remember, but
so yeah, the
drawing a blank. And of course the Rainbow Rock stuff. Its visual mess has been put out there as well. If you want to look it up, but don't think too many people are that excited for Equestria Girls in our little sphere. Mm. So
I think I do consider it kind of. Maybe not funny, but I consider it kind of interesting how this year it's more kind of like, hey, so Equestria Girls are getting Rainbow Rocks, woo!
Right, that's it. The Pony Annual is a issue of Power Ponies. That's what I was trying to remember. It's the annual for this year. Last year it was that god awful Tony Fleeks illustrated Equestria Girls comic, and this year it's Power Ponies. An issue of Power Ponies.
No, that's actually pretty.
It's like 40 pages or something like that, and then there's the SDDC. There's a variant where Maniac gets into the Equestria Girls universe. Huh. Because jumping from a comic universe to the Pony universe to the Equestria Girls universe, we're getting all Bioshock Infinite up in here.
Crisis of Infinite Equestrias.
Yep.
Also, it is the original Power Ponies. Is not the main six as Power Ponies. if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's actual Power Ponies, not Main 6 Power Ponies.
I might send my duder that goes to San Diego Comic-Con to get that comic, because that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll probably get them to do that, but I'll probably pass on the Maniac. Because that just looks silly.
The toy doesn't do much for me. I didn't get the vinyl scratch from last year. I only have the Derpy from the 2 years before, because Dirt Pone.
Still in the box.
Yep, still in the box. I'm not taking that sucker out.
I have the box for my Dirt Pone, but my Dirt Pone is sitting on my shelf. So, with the rest of my Derpy stuff. And speaking of Derpy, go on to the next bit of news. This is exciting. Fourth Dimension, their plush line, should be all out in November.
Okay, and what does this mean? We're actually going to see these things in stores for once?
Probably not.
Oh,
but
dag.
Come on, Equestria Daily, you can load. So they should have these out maybe in time for Nightmare Nights. I don't know about that, but they will have them here before the end of the year. Derpy, Future Twilight, Luna, Rainbow Dash, Doctor Who's, Applejack with a hat, Rarity, and Trixie with hat and cape. Holy crap.
That look on Trixie's face is amazing.
Would you expect any other look on Trixie's face?
Actually, no.
That's what Seth wakes up to every morning. It's just that look of just like, really, again?
And the Luna's 18-inch Celestia, 15-inch Luna. Holy crap, I'm excited. I've already talked to somebody in the know, and I'm like, they're going to get me a Derpy, or hold me a Derpy so I can make sure I get one of those. They're going to be coming out here before the end of the year, and that's actually exciting.
So have you already had the conversation with your man about sharing beds with these? Just having a whole like stack of them, and he comes in and he's just like, honey, guess what? And he's like, no.
Sorry. It's like, this is my waifu.
You can't get in the way between us. Me and Rainbow Dash were meant to be. Actually, there is a Rarity horse. All right, your waifu's there.
Yep, there's Rarity, but there's also Celestia. That's a big Celestia.
That's a tall Celestia.
I really need to get one of those.
No love for Bug Horse.
And no love for Bug Horse. No love for Shy Horse. No love for Party Horse.
Fluttershy's already been released.
Oh, she has?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity are the last three of the main six they've already put out. They've already got Twilight, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy in production / available.
Well, then they obviously still need... Have they made Wub Horse?
No.
Okay, so they need Wub Horse.
But they've made Doctor Who and Doctor Who's and Derpy, so there's hope for further adventures.
Yeah, they need Wub Horse, they need Lyra Horse, they need Bon Horse.
Jello Horse.
Sure,
Whole Horse.
Yeah, and the Celestia is probably going to be a bit more expensive than the other ones, but I will still buy one.
Do you think they'll do Heart Love Alicorn Horse?
Candy Butt?
Candy Butt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I guess it really depends on their continued sales, because they are kind of going out on a limb and making these plush. Yeah, they are probably the highest quality commercial plush you can purchase, and their production capacity is not that high. But they still have to wonder. It's like, all right, well, are we gonna sell out of our runs of like Rarity? Are we gonna sell out of Trixie? Are we gonna sell out of Doctor Who's? They know they're gonna sell a Derpy, obviously, and the princesses are probably pretty safe bets. But even though Rarity is best horse, she doesn't sell that well in a lot of cases too. So
I want that Twilight one.
So that is exciting.
So we're missing the big piece of news, which was a very important cameo, a very important crossover that happened today, which many of you may have seen some screen caps of this.
Yeah, the Transformers Panda Ring. And
Rainbow Dash is in Transformers.
It looks so bad.
Turn her into a gun.
Yes, Rainbow Dash, the Rainbow Dash plushie or something gets transformed into an assault rifle.
I want to gun with Rainbow Dash.
You want to put bullets inside people with Rainbow Dash.
It looks so bad. I mean, the first time I... Excuse me. The first time I saw it, I thought it was fake because just the way it floats in its hands. The CGI is so bad.
It's really weird how...
I have a GIF here. I can share this in the chat.
I like the opposite image where he doesn't seem too amused that he's got a gun and then it changes and it's Rainbow Dash and he's super psyched. Like, I like the opposite where it's like, yeah, horse! All right, let's see.
It's so floaty. It's just, it looks so fake.
Yeah, and of course...
And I'm usually not the guy that points at the screen and goes, fake! I'm usually really easily fooled by CGI, but this one was really bad.
Yeah, it does kind of just linger there. I'm surprised they didn't... It doesn't seem like it has any weight. Neither does the gun, really.
No, the gun is even worse, I feel.
Yeah, it just kind of I'm holding this. Oh no, yeah. I'm holding a gun, yay!
But you can tell in the next shot he's holding an actual gun in his hands.
Right, because he sets it down with some measure of weight.
And he's actually gripping it. No, what's the word? I'm forgetting words.
Don't forget words. You need those.
Yeah, they're kind of important. He's hands holding.
So, it's it's all right. I know for any of the terrible people who go in and watch that Transformers movie and haven't learned past the first Transformers movie not to go see a Transformers movie. They'll get a giggle. Perhaps we'll even see some Transformer people outrage where they're like, "Boo! They put a pony stuff instead of a Robo movie."
Predictably, there's people on Tumblr, but then again, Tumblr.
Well, on the other hand, they got rid of Shia LaBeouf and what's her name? What's his face?
I have no idea.
The girl.
I think right now it's sitting at a 15 or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh god. Oh god.
But the problem is that it will do $70 million because people just go, it's got a robot riding a dino robot. It's like, oh, you're the same people that saw Battleship.
The only good part about Battleship was the shooting pegs at the ship. That could have been a really funny joke.
It could have been. Was it a funny joke?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie.
Nor did I. But enough people did. Alright, so you can see that if you plan on going to see Robo Punchy movie. Let's see. I want to birch with Rainbow Dash. That's a good one. Heavenly Nostrils book is available for pre-order.
Completely not related to ponies at all, except for the fact that there's unicorn.
Yep, there's a unicorn. They make pony jokes, and
it's a really cute comic.
Yeah, she's local. She's around here.
Yep. Did Ozzy and Millie back in the day, and now they're doing Heavenly Nostrils, which is a syndicated comic strip, and she was a BabsCon. I was like, oh yeah, I remember reading Ozzy and Millie back in the day.
Funny. I'm trying to get the name. I don't want to say her name incorrectly. Oh, you're not making it easy. It's not on your Twitter. I feel bad without... Dana Simpson. There we go. Dana Simpson. So there you go. Heavenly Nostrils, Phoebe and her unicorn. And that is over at gocomics.com/heavenly-nostrils. Okay. Go check that. Alright, let's see. We got some other stuff we can roll through here. So, have any of you seen... Did any of you actually... Either of you see the Epic Rage Time animation? Before it got taken down, may we add. Sandy?
I did, in fact, see it.
Okay. So, it got taken down.
Yep.
So, why did it get taken down?
They should check their eyes.
Yeah.
So, well, basically, some DHX assets got leaked, right? And fan animators have decided to take the shortcut of using those assets, which is what I don't know. Double Rain Boom, there was a decided jump in quality of fan animations. And it turns out there's actually some fairly easy ways for people to check it, and particular defects in one of the Applejack models that turns up, and several animations have been C&D'd out of existence for it. And Epic Rage Time decided to jump the gun, I guess, or avoid, because it turns out, yeah, they might have used the same assets, and they might have been monetizing it, and that might have gotten them into trouble.
Yeah, so the basis is that the leaked assets have a in one of the particular frames, there's a bump in the original vector of Applejack. There's a bump in the upper lip of the eye. And because of this is one of many of the telltale signs of those models. And it's not entirely, would you say, legal to use those? It's not entirely nice, especially to make money off of what is essentially somebody else's work. So yeah, that's why they are getting C&D'd whenever they appear. So it's one of those kind of like, it's actually hit for a few other individuals out there that have been making their own animations, where they have been C&D'd because of what easily appears to be taking shortcuts. Now, what's funny is that for some others, it's actually they haven't taken shortcuts, but just because of the quality of their animation, they actually have been C&D'd as well. Just because it's too close to show quality, so it's all over the place. But yeah, so Epic Rage Time got taken down because of assets they weren't supposed to use.
Yeah, well, they took it down themselves as opposed to getting content strike versus on YouTube.
Yep. So you could probably find it somewhere else.
Once it's on the internet, it's never going away. Yeah. But
but you won't YouTube it. It'll be daily motioned. It'll be just somewhere.
Shortcuts are bad, kids.
Yep. So hey, that Stephen Colbert's a cool guy. He talks about bronies every once in a while. He does.
Yes. So Colbert, they actually found it on YouTube. There was a clip he was referring to Iraq and how it's a giant mess, and we certainly didn't help because it's just a giant mess. God. But apparently in Iraq 2009, Iraq was Ponyville.
And then the intro to My Little Pony was used, and then a massive explosion and Gibbs.
Yes. And as Steven says, so what I'm saying is in 2009, the Sunny and Shia were bronies. Oh, man. It's a fun little clip. It's like 2 minutes long.
It's a good one.
It got posted on EQD, but it's just silly.
Yeah, it's another one of those just Colbert being silly as he does. And it's a fun one. It was unexpected and used well and didn't linger too long. So, yeah, that was a fun one. All right, let's see this next one. Perfect Day for Fun EQG video. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the cell phone video.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I still need
to watch those shorts. I haven't watched a single one.
You know, the only one that I found, there's a few of them that are good. The Vinyl Scratch one is probably the best because there's no talking. It's actually pretty neat and fun. Some of the other ones, like I enjoyed the Applejack one. I enjoyed, I think I enjoyed the Pinky one. But some of them are good. Some of them are kind of Rare or Fluttershy just going around and she just has a tambourine and becomes the Pied Piper. But yeah, this one was just weird where it's just like, hey, we're just running around town. We've got cell phones. We're friends. Just so you know. Just so it's apparent. We're friends. We really are friends.
Selfies, yay. Yeah. Friends. Friends.
Yeah.
Friends are great.
So, it didn't try and sell. And it really, like, opposed to the other ones that are just like, hey, and this is us finding our instrument. This is very much just like, and hey, look at us just going around, and hey, look, Brad's here. Brad's still a thing. I like Flash Sentry. He seems like a nice boy. He and Twilight Sparkle should get together. They're such a cute couple.
Yeah.
Death, 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 death.
Oh, God.
Just every ray of death comes to me.
I really hope Flash Sentry gets some personality in season 5, or maybe even the movie.
I still say of just like, you know, the only reason that we hate him is because he has no personality, and that's because that was something they had to just tack on at the very last minute. You know, just like, oh crap, Hasbro wants a relationship? Oh, fine, here's Dude McBrowerson, and she likes him, I guess. And, you know, then they have to do it again, and I hope that this time, since they don't have to do and this is why they're people route, they can actually spend a little more time and develop that. It's still not going to make the whiners that wish that Twilight was their waifu any happier, but perhaps it will make the other half that are just like, we don't understand why she likes him, at least have a little bit more understanding. So, as I said, it's all about character development. You know, you can only whine so much that you want your characters to grow one way and then get upset that they don't grow the way you want. Like, yeah. And finally, Silverhound got content ID'd for a song that didn't have anything to do with Pony.
Yeah, I'm looking around and trying to find if there's really been anything else since that, other than he got really up and mad, and he says there's legal action. Please be wary of what content you upload and monetize. Huh.
Yeah, I saw the horse
news. Yeah, that
news.
was back on June 18th was the last of it, and then nothing, but he's still been posting stuff. But I don't think.
I saw the horse news post of this and went, nope, close the horse news post. I avoid drama like the plague.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's just another like of the weird where Hasbro's. Yeah, yeah. The song got for whatever reason removed.
It's completely YouTube's fault because Content ID is completely broken.
Yeah, well, that's totally a given.
Hasbro probably has nothing directly to do with this. They just updated their database for the Content ID system, and YouTube went, there's something. I don't know, what was it? An image in the player, or what was it? Yeah,
the one of the downsides of Content ID, and I've learned this from listening to people, is that so let's say that there's a sound clip online that gets used by a lot of things. You know, it could just be an open source piece of music, or it's just a community, like it's just completely free use, fair use, however you want it to be. There's nothing that stops anyone from claiming that's theirs. And then everyone who has used them, that audio, past and present, immediately gets slammed for that, and any money that they get off of it funnels directly back to that person. So it is very possible that you could Content ID a piece of music that isn't necessarily yours, that could get used for like newscasts or stuff like that, and then pretty much you end up not actually owning a piece of music, but claiming ownership, and then having that smack against you. Content ID is really the bane of a lot of stuff going on with YouTube right now, and it's a shame because they're kind of ruining that environment just by having that. So it's
also really easy to exploit if you're the holder of the copyright, because you can set a claim, then you have to respond within 30 days. If you do not respond, it gets released. During that time, all the money that video makes goes to you. So you claim it, let the timer run off, and then you claim it again. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, so it kind of goes like that, and there's no real way to really, like, you can petition for it, and then YouTube just goes, whatever. Like, we don't care. And it's so picky. Like, for instance, we got dinged on one of our own videos that we have on our channel at Bronyville, on YouTube, because we were just randomly playing Frank Sinatra in the background. And then it just went, ding, we were playing Frank Sinatra. It's like, we just had it as background music. Like, we weren't...
That's still piracy!
It's the... you guys were talking atop this, I could go... If we recorded something at a bar, and they were playing something on the radio, you could get dinged for that. Like, yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think 5 seconds of clear sound are enough for the system to recognize it.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So. Yeah. And the weird stuff where people have like had to make sure that the video thing doesn't happen, they flip the video. So they do a horizontal flip, so that way it doesn't have the chance to state that the video is exactly the same as something.
Yep.
Like that.
Which already basically breaks the whole system.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's so weird. Anyway, YouTube's broken.
It is YouTube's answer to all that. We're gonna sue you, music and video movie producers associations. To please don't sue us. Basically, their answer for those guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this. That's the news. Let's do emails. We got an email.
Yay, an email.
You can send more emails to us if you so want to talk about pony stuff during this hiatus, if you so wish. That's over at bronyville@gmail.com. You can email to us. We will take your emails and we will put them on the show and we will talk about them in voices like mine. Who will read this first? A long email, but let's do this. We got some fix suggestions and things like this, so let's do it. First off, I've discovered the show a mere 2 days ago, and I've gotten a lot of free time, so I'm already on episode 17. Oh, man.
That's a long way ahead of you.
See you in 2 years, sucker. All right, I'm speaking to you from the future, sir. I was glad to listen to you, even though it's going to probably be 2017 until you listen to this. And you didn't include your name on the email, so let me...
season 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah, this is the season that Twilight Sparkle grew 18 more wings, and...
on her horn.
Yeah, I'll just go with the name Oxhorn Supporter 985. All right, because they didn't include it as a signature. All right, so let's see. Go back to the email. I've joined the fandom late, October 2013, and I've been looking for a good Brony podcast since then. I've searched many times and somehow never discovered yours. Then 2 days ago, I Google MLP podcast, and you were right on top. 147 episodes of pure quality. Oh, and sorry for the wall of text I'm sure this will become. I'm not sure if you still do fic recommendations considering you're 147 episodes in. Well, not as much, but thank you for the qualifications. This is great. Or if you're probably recommended these at some point since they're all on EQD. Anyway, here's my top 4 list of fics. The Immortal Game, a war fic. Kind of. Basic premise is the royal sisters, father and mother alicorns of godly power who come back to the cull the pony race of its imperfections. It starts dark and stays dark. Twilight has PTSD from her time as corrupted Twilight. Rarity has PTSD because her father was an abusive soldier who she and Sweetie Belle barely escapes from. That said, most of the story is really strong with deep and compelling characters. Dark characters.
What is PTSD?
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh.
So all of your favorite characters are broken. All of them shiver and cry themselves to sleep each night. Let's see. Pegasus Device, the sequel to Rainbow.
Boy, these sure are some suggestions.
Dark. All right, I'll just say a sequel to Rainbow Factory, and you can enjoy the rest. The email is also on the show doc. You can read that. A delicate balance. This one we can do this. A ship fic. A dark ship. No. This is a ship fic with a lot of Twidash, but it's normal because it's normal.
Yeah, Twilight is normal.
Yeah. Author takes great pain to emulate the show, and I would say they succeed. If the show were to go in this direction, I imagine this is how they would do it. Yes. Relationship show. Lesbian relationship
Probably
show.
not, no.
All right, here's another dark fic. The Time Loop Trilogy. This is a crazy, dark, awesome fic about Twilight Sparkle gets trapped in a time loop while changelings invade Canterlot. It's dark in parts, never dips into full grim dark. The first fic is a story, is all about a slightly sarcastic Twilight Sparkle. The next two are about Twine Sarsworld the Bearded dealing with the ramifications of time travel. Why am I hoping for like what's that movie with Tom Cruise that's out right now? Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm hoping for an Edge of Tomorrow where Twilight just keeps failing until she can eventually succeed.
I was thinking of that as well. That would make for a good fanfic, I think.
You find out that that's actually one of Twilight's powers. Is just looping. Like we only see the one that succeeds, but there's the one day where she just keeps failing and just like restart.
Just please keep Tom Cruise out of it.
Let's see. What else is there to say? Rarity is best pony and Luda is best fandom pony. I hope that Applejack's parents are dead.
Thanks.
Which might lead to an episode where Apple Bloom asks Applejack where their parents are, and she takes them to a grave. No, I just said that. Which would lead to a good Aesop about dealing with loss. Death is a real part of everyone's life, and I feel that children shouldn't be sheltered from it as much as they are. I'm not saying that should put kids in active war zones, but still, death is a grim reality of everyone's life at some point. So you shouldn't tell children that everything is always going to be okay and no one ever dies. Oh, and I saw the movie Maleficent recently, and it's already hands down the best movie of 2014.
That's a funny way to say Little Lego Movie.
What's your feelings on covering dark topics and if dark topics should be covered in show?
Probably not. I mean, there's going to be some topics that are not like squeaky clean, happy unicorn rainbows and fun time, but you don't have to be like, oh yeah, by the way, this character now has PTSD, or this character was abused as a filly and therefore has all these issues, and let's make this all.
Or this little Pegasus filly is crippled and will never fly.
Yes, we need the super. Well, we had the slightly sad fic episode of Scootaloo Can't Fly, but now we need the real one where she goes into the doctor and the doctor says your wings will never work, and then she loses all of her dreams and goes on to Manhattan and drowns herself in sorrow and
apple cider.
Yeah. I feel that it could be, but I liked how that they dealt with they kind of semi-causally dealt with it, like in the show with AJ looking out the window and you see the shooting stars, on the whichever episode had all the family stuff. Like I thought that was
family reunion.
Yeah, that was a nice like little nod, like just enough just to be like they're not there, but we. Someone made a funny joke where they're like the alicorn of apples, and that was just them up above, just going like, "Hey, think we should drop in on the kids?" Maybe later. They're just sailing through the sky.
Or was it a space station? I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I saw that comic as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Apple Bloom asking, "What are you doing?" Just looking at mom and dad and just seeing those two up in the sky.
Oh, one day we'll. They're having.
One day we'll come home.
They're having a ground control Major Tom moment. But yeah, so you can go check that out. So yeah, I think that is good. That is, I don't think that we're going to get anything where it's going to be like, so Fluttershy, where's your family? And she just takes you out to a gravestone. Oh,
that's awkward.
Oh,
don't click that. Don't click that.
I had to bury them myself. Oh
God, why?
It's ooh. I'm sorry. Whoa, this used to be their house. That's nice. I'm so just Rainbow Dash is just standing there like I'm very uncomfortable.
No. Rainbow Dash standing there. I don't get it.
Just that, yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move forward. Thank you
Don't click
all.
the link. Random fan mail just linked. Just don't.
I shan't. Let's see. So you can always, as I said, email across to us at bronyville@gmail.com. That is fantastic. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our 5-star iTunes bronies because they are awesome. I am loading up which area are we under again? TV and film? That seems like where we would be.
Yep.
TV and film. Where are we in the what's hot? Tell me it's good. Tell me it's good. Let's see, the top 20. Nah, we're not there right now. But we're usually up there in the what's hot. I'd have to do some math.
Yeah, just click the thing.
Yeah, click the thing and do the drop down. So there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 5 is
60.
Yeah, all right. So we're still in the 60s. So there we are. Bronyville still in the what's hot on iTunes. So let me give a we are currently above Jeff Rubin. We're currently above the Game of Owns, the Game of Thrones podcast.
Well, consider we didn't do an episode last week, AC.
Well, but I posted our tabletop.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was so short.
It was 2 hours, but hey, that's the usual show length. We're above the Mediocre Show, which was one of the first podcasts that I listened to, and I'm sure they're thrilled.
And then there's the airship one, which is like 5 hours long.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was fun.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, we're planning on doing another tabletop sometime soon. Probably, what was it?
In August.
Yeah. You know, we unfortunately schedules with Pixel and everything is not she's busy.
She'll be at Galacon, right?
Yep.
And I will be there as well as a volunteer. First con, woo!
And we haven't
I'm scared.
And we haven't gotten many reviews recently. You know, we're still at 868 ratings on iTunes. I'm going to just constantly thank Philip Filmbuff for leaving us a review on iTunes since it's the most recent one. So thank you very much. And if you want us to say good things about you over on there, go over to Bronyville on iTunes and leave us a review, and I'll say your name during the show.
I like how on the video right now your mouse pointer is over sketchy behavior.
And sketchy behavior.
Just ban.
Please don't ban sketchy.
So yeah, go ahead and do that. Don't believe we have any donators this week, but you can donate over on BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com, over there on the right-hand side. If you believe that us doing this show every week for you is something that you enjoy, we please advocate that you just give us a little something. If you want to, if you're not, we do the show for fun every week, and that little offering is over there on the right-hand side to donate over to the show, if you so wish.
We should totally set up a Patreon.
We should. We really should.
I'm not a fan of that because I like to know when and where I drop money on artists.
Mm-hmm.
Just this concept. I'm also not a big fan of the whole subscription thing on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, consider that we just do this for fun. We're not doing this because, oh no, we got to pay the bills or anything nonsense like that. I mean, Dusty has a Patreon for his, but he also puts a lot more time and effort into his show.
Yeah. You know, and I wouldn't be against us having a Patreon. We need to do a big revamp of our site so we could actually split up FU, Bronyville, and maybe even Dev Stuff into their own individual stuff, their own individual shows. And when we do that, I have no problem in putting a Patreon for one or for all that people could go ahead and just put the money into for that if they wanted to support us making the shows. You know, it does give us a little bit of flexibility in being able to go places, do things, get new equipment. Like now I've got this new streaming box which can stream really good and that I can actually record the videos without everything crashing, which is fantastic. So you guys can actually catch these things on YouTube now, hopefully. So And that's good.
Yay.
And yeah, so
Until they get copyrighted by the Content ID system.
well, just don't sing Frank Sinatra. Fly me over the moon. Oh, never mind. And yes, let me do that because somebody has mentioned that it's very hard to change country on iTunes because iTunes is not a very good system. Like I don't like iTunes.
Nope.
All right, so let me go to the Canadian store because Gray wanted me to say accessing the Canadian store so I can see how our Canadian friends actually like Bronyville. Oh my God, iTunes, you are so slow. Tell you what, while we do that, go ahead and bring up your one cool thing there, Sandy. So it's one cool thing time. One really nifty thing you should go check out.
Yes, there was a video that got posted a few days, like I posted yesterday, and already up to 18,000 views. Called "Look Back," and it is just a very simple video that's basically Twilight's journey through the seasons. It's basically her walking down the path, and there's a representation of something from every episode that she's been in. And of course, at the tail end of season 3, Celestia comes down and pops some wings on her back and flies off. It's very...
Whoop. It's very what? Sorry, it cut. I had a Skype cut off after that.
It's very simple but cute and gets the point across.
Let's see. All right, on the in Canada, we're far less popular. But we are down there. Oh God, that other place is right. That other website is directly above us in Canada. Tisk tisk tisk. You need more Canadian love. Let's see. Let's see. In Canada, we are rated. We have 80 ratings, so I'm going to go ahead and give the top most recent ratings that we have. So very thanks on the Canada side to TK exclamation mark, Ryan X, Timo Warner. I know that guy. Huh. Nathan Drake.
That name sounds familiar.
Alzo San, DJ Blizzard Brony, Hillis Brony, Hida-san, I know him too. Bash Zog and Skikwuzgul. So yeah, thank you all on the Canadian side for doing that. So thank you all for leaving reviews. That's great. All right, let me give you my cool things. My first cool thing is, well, that's dev stuff, which I said is the podcast I'm going to make. So that's cool. The second thing is that I'm going to start doing a new thing for the Bronyville podcast each time that we do this, which is, as everyone knows, I enjoy drinks. I enjoy imbibing. And I wanted to do some drink stuff related to the show in some way, but also to kind of expand my knowledge of drinks. I started that a little bit, kind of last time we did it by doing the Manhattan, which, if you remember, is using Applejack, sweet vermouth, as you would with a Manhattan to make a Manhattan. This time I did something different. So if you look on the video here, this is a bottle of Saint Germain, which is a elderflower liqueur. It is very, very sweet. It is a, let's see, 40 proof, 20% alcohol by volume, sweet, made out of elderflowers, which are grown in Europe. And it is a, it's a very sweet, very floral flavor to it. And so what I decided is it's summer. It's time for wonderful summer drinks like Tom Collins. So I made a version of this, and it's literally just your regular old Tom Collins. That would be 3 parts gin. We replaced the actual 1 part of simple syrup that we would use with the elderflower liqueur, and then or the elderflower liqueur, and then you pretty much take that, shake that, I use 1 whole lime, muddle that, put that in the drink, shake it all together, pour some club soda on top, and drink that. It is wonderful. It's nice and sweet, but now it has a nice floral taste to it as well. So that is the Tom, as I am calling it, since it is a derivative of the Tom Collins. So try that out. That's a really, really fun thing. You can go to my Twitter feed at Bronyville and find that in my past feeds. And it's a real simple, easy drink to make. Gin, this liqueur, which you can get little bottles of it. It'll be the one shot that you need at most liquor stores. And it's also a good way to test it out. It also goes really good with champagne. If you actually mix it in, pour champagne on top and try that, it actually sweetens up a little glass of champagne really well. So I decided I was going to do a fancy drink for a fancy lady like Tabitha St. Germain. So there you go. All right, Rusty, do you got anything?
Sure. Yeah.
How about a link to that group of yours?
Yeah, that's not gonna end well for me. You brought those bronies. It's all your fault. Go away.
You're gonna give them so much more traffic, and then they're gonna be like, gross.
Stop linking ponies. Oh god, it's so colorful. I can't take it. I think I'm gonna just bring up Mario Kart 8. I had a blast with it. Finally, a reason to dust off my Wii U. Also, a reason to buy a Wii U, actually. Yeah, because until the end of July, I think you get an additional free game with it. Mm-hmm. And not just a cheap game, a really quality game. Zelda, for example.
Yeah, it definitely with the recent release and the fact that Zelda's coming out, the Wii U looked a lot more compelling as of late.
There's a Dynasty Warriors Zelda coming out in at the beginning of October, which looks really nice. Which is weird since it's Dynasty Warriors, which is usually crap.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Bayonetta 2, which I'm really hyped for. And 1 in the same game.
Cool. Yeah, they've got that. They've got the Zelda coming out.
It's finally getting some food.
Yeah, I've heard some good stuff about like people just the fact that you can just somebody else wants to use the TV, just take the tablet and go play it somewhere else.
Yeah, I found it a lot of times. I just take the pad, do not turn on my TV, and just play lying in my bed.
Mm-hmm. There's like some sort of weird, massive tablet game system. I just bought the. There's a bigger battery you can buy for it, which is slightly bigger and a bit heavier. And now every time I take it in my hand, I feel, it feels so heavy all of a sudden. Mm-hmm.
Even though it actually isn't that much heavier.
Okay.
And I think the whole thing only weighs like 1 pound or something.
Yeah. All right, that works. All right. Well, you know what that means. One cool things are done. We're done.
Yep.
Hooray.
We're finished.
Closed.
I didn't break the show.
You didn't break the show. You said the things you were supposed to do. Thank you, Rusty, for jumping on here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for enduring my cat walking up here and being red as he likes to do during the show. Yeah, but thanks for coming on. Good to have you. Good to have you over in the chat room that you can always find over at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast every Saturday noon Pacific. That would be 3 Eastern, or what is it in Switzerland or Swissland?
You usually start around 9 p.m.
Oh, that's not bad. It's really mean to the Australians, though. The Australians never can see this show.
Or Tetra, since he's working.
Yeah, really. It's poor Tetra.
Speaking of Tetra, that image that you got at BabsCon.
Oh, the Applejack pillow.
Yeah, guess who paid Tetra to draw that?
You monster!
Yes!
You monster! Why? Why did you do it?
Right in the feels.
Ah, it hurts so bad.
How dare you change waifu?
And you know, I'm kind of back to Twi at this point, I'll admit. I'm so between the two of them at this point.
Do I have to pay him to draw another one?
Well, of me being bad to Applejack now?
No, both of them looking at you angrily. Something along the
lines. Why do they have to be angry at me? I've already got one person that's angry at me a lot.
Oh yeah, Starry needs to be there too.
And Starry mad at me too. No.
Or just at the side of the cigar.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll take care of us this week. Thanks, Rusty. Thanks, you, Sandy. You're the Thunderbringer.
Count on me.
And thanks to the fans out there. If you're on Justin TV watching this live in that chat room in the video that's directly below me, thank you all for jumping in and participating. Thank you all to them. And thanks if you're listening to this just on iTunes or however you pick up this show, pick up these episodes. Thank you. It's fun to do this every single week. And next week we'll do an FU. After that we'll do another game day. Then it'll be another pony episode after that. So prepare. All right, well, let's do this. You can go over to BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com. That is the website. Email us at bronyville@gmail.com. You can, let's see, I'm losing the thingy. See, I thought I was going to remember it all since I've done it like 148 times, but I didn't. You can join us roughly every Saturday, noon Pacific time at justin.tv/Bronyville Podcast. Leave an iTunes review. We love that, and it allows us to say your name on the show, and we're low, and we need more Canadian ones. So if you Canadians can get on there and start ramping up those reviews, I'd really appreciate that. That's fantastic. You can listen to the show on Celestia Radio every Tuesday, 3 in Pacific. You can listen to us on BronyvilleFM.com every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, they get a jump on it. Twitter account, my Twitter is at Bronyville.
Mine's at Chef Sandy.
And meetup groups, I'm part of the Bronies of Northern California.
And North Texas Bronies.
And conventions is Nightmare Nights Dallas.
Woo-hoo.
Go to Dallas. Go be Dallas.
Yep. I'll also be down. Yes, I will be down at Fiesta Equestria here in 2 weeks, and then Brony Fanfare after that. It's in first weekend of September, so I'll be there as well. But I'm sticking to Texas for the time being, and maybe I'll make it out to California in January of next year. I don't know.
Oh, you'll come. You'll be here. You'll be here.
There is no escape.
There is.
So
you'll be staff somehow.
Yeah, I'll show up to go to FC, and then hey, you're going to be on staff, and then I'll be back in April for BabsCon 2.0 probably, and oh god, the ride never ends.
It never ends. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and catch you next week. We will do more pony in like 3 weeks. FU next week with whatever we decide to do. Then another game day where you can join us and we will play video games and stream them and record them. And
next week's gets his Twisted Haywire.
Yes.
Next week we'll figure out what we do. And then finally, game day. And then we'll do another pony episode after that. So right now, sleep well, every pony.
Adios.
Tschüss.
I hit the button. I get up and hit the button. I hit the button.
BRB.
And the good thing is I can now record the video for the post show. Everyone is always so curious about it.
Because it's basically
where the
weird stuff happens post and pre-show.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's hard for the video to do the pre-show because it's a little bit less interesting, but I can at least record the post-show so people who miss the post-show. But yeah, we need more reviews on the Canadian site because a certain network is above us by 1.
Where did that whole this isn't an appropriate venue come from? Because I only know it comes from EFN in some sort, but I have no idea what the context is.
The context is that so there was that time that Lauren Faust went on 4chan and had a conversation and talked and did a Q&A on there, and certain Lord of the Internet and Lord of Pony Media stated that it was not an appropriate venue for her to be there.
Yeah.
Like he
had that person.
Like he had some right to say what she should do. So.
Yeah, said person also said that there were too many PonyCons and then held his own con just 1 year later.
Yep.
Because why not?
He has unfortunately made himself into a non-issue, and I don't ever wish to be mad at someone or upset with anyone. And
Same.
it's a waste of time to be angry at someone, and I'd much rather have friends than people that I have to be upset with. But this is that just as a certain individual that enjoys trying to control stuff and enjoys being divisive and has dug their own grave more time than not. So
Yep. They're doing a pretty bad job of... Yeah, Twisted. It's called MLP MSP.
Yep. Yeah, the Minnesota St. Paul con that you heard nothing about from us because said chair was said person. So
Did EQD report on it?
Nope.
I think Horse News did some parts on it, but mostly
making fun of it.
Horse News is like, here's all the interesting shit that happened at DraftCon. And it was just this massive blank page.
I do admit that, and this isn't, well, this is trolling a little bit, but a lot of the stuff that I heard from DraftCon was like, hey guys, we went to the mall. It's like,
what?
Yeah, like, so the Mall of America is there, the biggest mall in all of America. That has like, it has like actual roller coasters and rides inside. Like the place is enormous. And half of the stuff I read was just people going like, we're going to the Mall of America. It's like a con so exciting that people leave it to go to a mall. So,
That sounds like something Horse News should have wrote, written.
Well, we did some joking recently. There's another Horse News article that we helped out with, which was the how to run a con, and some of those jokes were ones lifted from like Sandy and I and a few other people. So yeah. So hey, that's just the continuation.
It happens.
That's just the continuation of that. You know what's cool? The fact that Ponyville Live has now surpassed their traffic. So they're cool people.
Yay.
Silver Eagle's a good guy. They surpassed their traffic and at least the number of people on at a time stuff. So that's good. And Horse News is far above them in the number of clicks per site. So, and they're good friends. Even though they're mega loose cannons, they are high respect.
But every once in a while they post funny stuff, like the thing with Mando Pony sends pictures of random D ... to girls. That was funny.
Ducks. So many ducks.
Zipsy going, I don't like that he's
sending
posting pictures of my favorite animal. yeah, exactly. Like, pictures of his D. That was funny.
D for ducks.
But I generally stopped going there since they also report on a lot of drama, which I go, no thanks. I enjoy my colorful happy ponies.
All it means is that you actually get to see some of the behind the scenes of the fandom, which is unfortunately some of the stuff that sometimes I feel that some of the drama is like created and a fake. Like I never really got the entire like everyone in hating and raging on Mando. Like of course there was some stuff that he said at some point where it's like, but heck, there's been plenty of stuff that I've said that people could get upset about, or get themselves in a twist about. So there's nothing new there. You could find any person that is somewhat, that is involved in the fandom and find something.
Depending where you go, everybody hates someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't especially like Mando Pony's music, but he's like the videos I've seen of him are quite funny, especially the ones with Michelle Queever and the head massager. That's amazing.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, we try and be really, really like relaxed about stuff. We have secret Illuminati chat rooms we're part of that have a large number of very important people.
Yep.
Horse famous people?
Oh yeah, very horse famous. People from pretty much every news group and, from almost every
Several
news
conventions.
Yep, several conventions. Just talking together and all working together, and really, it's more actually amazing that people work together as much as they do, than it is the fact that the number of times that people meh and bleh and be meanies. We're talking about a big group of people that get together and do all this stuff. So it's good that they do work together and that they do collaborate. So that's good.
And they don't hate each other and blackmail each other and whatever, bully.
They deal. They may not hate each other, but they can learn to be professional around each other.
Super professionals.
Yeah. Professional.
So yeah.
I'm gonna be figuring out that the dev stuff podcast and probably be recording it next Friday. Probably not gonna do anything live, though I haven't really figured out. As I said, I haven't even figured out like web hosting or how I'm gonna format it or how I'm gonna do anything. I just know that I need to start doing it because I promised myself I'm going to do it for the sake of just being honest to myself and really keeping myself on track and having people, expect to hear updates from me, because it's so easy. So right now, to give you an idea, I have my full-time job, which is from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. every weekday. So I don't usually like to work on the weekends because Starry doesn't like me to. Well, I'm not that Starry has, Okay, let me make sure I state this correctly so I don't get hit. Starry, we like to keep the weekends relaxed so we can actually spend time with each other. So, a lot of that is designated that it's just like, hey, we just want to spend time, even if we're just in the same room doing two different things. This is kind of detox, spend time with each other. So that really only leaves from when I wake up to about 10:30 when I need to go to work on this every single week until this can take over my main job. So it's really hard to be like, get up at 8, I have 2.5 hours to make progress. 2.5 hours, go. Like, okay, what all do I need to do to actually get all this, to actually make progress today? And then to immediately transition into doing that, to going in and working at my full-time job, which I cannot do any of the work for my business there, because if I do and they catch me, not only could I get in trouble for, doing that at business, but technically the current contract at my work says that anything that I do there, they could technically claim ownership of. So they could claim ownership of the thing I'm working on. So that's why you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's that, but it's to keep me honest and to help out people who might want to make their own businesses and start up stuff, And it's crazy, and to do all the legal stuff and to help other people out. It's fun. So it's a challenge. I like challenges. So
Yeah, once this audio stratus becomes a thing, I think myself and some people of the Gentlemen's Luncheon Association can help you test it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the GLA is also part of a website called Gather Your Party, which is, I have no idea what it is because I never go there.
Mm-hmm.
And Gather Your Party also has a podcast that runs like every 3 weeks. That has like way too many people talking at the same time. And it gets called a circle jerk every single time it happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I would like to do, especially moving forward, is to help out people that do like Let's Plays, like your Markipliers of the world and stuff like that. To, like, for instance, catching the audio so it's crisp audio would be great, but I know something that's really important for those people is to get the video, too. And a lot of them stream or a lot of them capture it, but one thing that is a possibility is you open up the option that not only are you doing the audio capture, but you're doing the video capture as well at the same time. So when you go in and you do the video for that, now you've got video, high crisp audio that you can attach. So now everyone sounds great. Everybody looks great because you're not going to get crazy Skype video. You're going to get actually the local video that's being recorded. You know, there's some really cool stuff. One thing I would love to do for it, you know how we're using Google Docs to handle this podcast. I would love there to be a whiteboard. Something that allows the ability not only for people to type in their show notes, but why can't somebody just draw something and everyone be able to see it? You know, and they could all just collaborate and we're drawing, we're doing all this stuff, and you could actually put it all together and show it. I think that would be some really fantastic stuff that would allow some really, really fun things, you know, for streaming, for creating audio, for creating stuff online. You know, people who do voice acting online could actually have full scripts listed there, and they just scroll through and they see their parts. Like, there's so many opportunities for this that I think that it's something that I'm so excited about, that I think is going to be such a great, like, it's something I want to use right now, and I want not only for it to be something that I want to use, but I want to find everything else everyone else wants to use and make it something that it can be personalized and great for their needs. So, you know, it's yeah.
It certainly sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's just a lot to try and, you know, it's a lot to have it in the head and then, you know, have it be, try and figure out how to actually make that a product. So it's you know, it's just trying to figure out all those pieces. So let's say, okay, how did you just get it to go out of focus? And when you said that you would have good video. That's probably just this silly cam that I've got here. I'm using a Microsoft Life Cam. Did it go back to auto adjusting? Ah, you stupid autofocus. I hate this Life Cam because it does that all the time.
Yeah, and the way it works, it records video and audio on every local machine separately.
Well, the video would have to be something later. The audio is definitely something it records locally, and then it all pulls it into one funnel, like a Google Drive or a Dropbox, or we'd actually have our own hosting solution, so you could then get the files that were recorded on each box. So I'm not sure if you may have heard it, but I'm sure you guys that are in the stream heard it during the show. There was a few times where Sandy dropped out during the call. Mm-hmm. Like, he just, you know, we couldn't hear him for a few seconds. That would never actually happen, because that's just Skype being weird and the bit rate dropping and lowering and it having to figure out how to get it. If this product works, you'd get none of that. We might not hear him for a moment. But on his recording, it would have never there would have never been a point where you wouldn't have heard him, because it's not having to go through the internet. It's not having to relay that for the recording piece. So,
and the first thing that I thought of when you first announced it a few episodes back is just, okay, when he drops out and AC just goes, we lost him while he's still talking. That's gonna get some interesting, some funny moments. Well, but I think it's gonna be easier to edit, since you can just cut out this part because it's its own audio track. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Well, yeah. The thing is like, there's actually a podcast right now that I've listened to, or I don't know if they do this before. I haven't recently listened to it as of late. But if any of you knows the Paul and Storm podcast, they are two comedians. They do the Wootstock. They do stuff a lot with people like Will Wheaton and a whole bunch of their cast. But they record very different. Right now, we're recording, all of our audio is being sent through Skype, up to a mixer. It's a real crazy setup. They do something very simple, which is pretty much what Audio Stratus does. One of them records their microphone locally, another person records their microphone locally, and what they do is they do an audio timestamp, which is, okay, 3, 2, 1, Both of them clap at the same time. When they do their editing, they look for when that clap was, put it together, and then both of them should be fine. But there definitely is times during their call that one of them drops and they just go, oh, where'd you go? And the other one's still talking. And they're like, what? Oh, okay, I got you again. But they both sound crystal clear. This is just automating that process and automating that clap, that time sync.
I actually had a very similar idea a long time ago when I did my first streams with Panzer and Darkly Gear, and just your audio sounds really bad over the internet. Could you maybe record your own audio on your machine via, I don't know, I think Windows has some audio recording pre-built. I had the idea, but I never did it. But it would make it way easier.
Yeah. Twisted Haywire has a question. Pull it together at the end or during? At the end. So you record the full audio for the whatever recording you are, then take that file and push it up so everybody can collect it. You're still getting a stream. You're still doing a VoIP so you can actually hear each other. It'd probably be about the quality of this so you could actually still hear each other. Actually, the first version of the product is actually just something that bolts onto Skype. So it would be this exact audio, but it just funnels everything over to Skype so that, it just works together that way. What happens if one machine dies? What will all the other person's audio be gone? That is unfortunately one of the pieces we're going to have to figure out. At this time, we don't have, there's nothing that we can really do for that one particular instance. That one kind of critical failsafe that will require us having something that saves the audio files incrementally over time, which is something I want to look for a future version. But for at least the beginning version, we don't have anything to really overcome that. And that's, if you have a critical drop, a box completely drop, that's kind of hard to it's a little bit out of our control, unfortunately. But there's stuff that can be done. We just have to figure out what's the right way to do it without it affecting other people. If that required stopping the file during quiet times, and then taking that file, stopping it, saying, okay, this is one file, start up a new one, and do that during the periods that there's lulls or there's no continuation, that could probably work. If during silence, if I wasn't talking right now,
then I could talk and do stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, and then at that pause, it would make a new file, and then if there is any loss, then it would just start. We would go, well, we got up to this point. So
yeah. So you see, I need to bail for now.
Okay.
Gotta go buy groceries and stuff. So I will go talk to you later, dude.
All right, catch you later, man. We may Dino Horde or something later. We'll figure out.
All right, later.
Bye. What are you gonna do?
I'm probably going to go back to the GLA. I'm trying to look. Twitch has been broken for so long that chat won't load. I have to refresh 20 times until the chat actually loads because it just keeps spinning this little circle there. It's nothing.
That's why
it's nothing streamed right now, but still.
Yeah.
People are always there in the chat room just hanging around and waiting for a stream to start. There are 20 people who have a stream key who could stream there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
we got banned recently because that was so stupid. The guy responsible lost his streaming rights right away. Because what happened was, I don't know what game he played. I think he played Super Mario 64, set a chroma key to all green surfaces, and played some stupid Japanese porn in the background.
Oh boy.
And everybody in the chat told him to stop it, and he didn't listen. And whoops, we got banned. The owner of the channel got things sorted out apparently because the site is still there, or again there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it threw us all into a small heap of panic.
Yeah, don't stream porn unless you're at a place that I guess lets you do that. Imagine
guy.
that somebody makes a video game like streaming site like Twitch, but it has like a 18 plus filter to it. So it's just like it's now time for naked gaming. I'm going to play Minecraft and be in the nude.
People do that. People actually do that.
This is sexy Minecraft time. Time for me to take off. Each time the creeper blows me up, I take off an article of clothing.
If it's a girl, I totally watch that.
What if she had that voice? I'm gonna take off my clothing. I'm a cute girl.
If she's a cute girl, then it's fine by me.
Even if she's got that voice. I got the voice of a 30-year-old Southern man.
I can mute the stream.
But I'm blonde.
Oh yeah, one thing I noticed during the some older episodes, every time you do that I'm Nix voice, you always slip into a Southern accent.
What voice?
I'm Nix, I'm a little my
name is Nix.
Every time you do that voice, I slip into an accent.
Hi, my name is Nix. I'm a little.
I'm a little not my moon.
I'm a little.
I have that book, and I haven't read it yet.
Nor have I.
I read the fanfiction when it was first out, version 1.0. It got 3 revisions, and it's already broken again.
Yeah, I read it when it was first out. I recalled being kind of psyched for it because it was so highly paraded around the fandom, and I was like, I read it, and I'm like, this is all right, yeah, and then then it all kind of fell apart with 2 things. I got to the part where they do they're
Ritual?
doing no, it's the part where they do the talent show.
Oh,
and I'm just
no, you mean to play?
Yeah, the play. And it's like, why are we we had some forward momentum. What's the purpose of this? Why are we stopping to do a play? It's like we're just kind of stopping to have another cute experience without actually having any real reason. That, and I then gave it Starry, you should read this. This is a story. A lot of people like it. And she's just like, it's not very good. I'm like, she reads a lot more stories than me. She must be right. It's like,
Still, I want that small part of the play. I want that animated. I want to see Dinky as Twilight, and then I want to see Nyx as Tiny Nightmare Moon. It's gonna be cute as hell.
Hold on 1 second. What was that, sweetie? Yeah. Oh, she said it needed to be edited badly. Oh, by the way, sweetie, I need you for something real quick. Mm-hmm. Well, when you're free, Andreas needs you. So, she's experimenting with something. I don't know what that means.
Speaking of past sins, there is the fanfic theater 3K. That is basically what you think it is, with a bunch of fanfiction, The Conversion Bureau, Past Sins, My Little Unicorn, Cameron's Bronyville Adventures. They do that. I think Midnight Shadow is part of it as well. They just go through various fanfictions and make fun of them. Mm-hmm. Just gonna drop the link in the chat for people that are interested. The Past Sins one is pretty funny. Especially at one point, the author pops up and makes jokes about it himself.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some of this done with other users, with other fanfics and stuff like that, where there actually used to be some people who did this back in the day on the Sonic fandom. Yeah, that they were making fun of some of the really terrible stories that were if you could imagine, the Sonic fandom actually has some really terrible writers as well. If you could believe that.
What fandom doesn't?
So, yeah. And what's always weird or what's strange about that is that you have to play this line of like making fun of it, but making sure not to make fun of the writer, because you're talking about a writer that is in the fandom and that is, you know, someone trying to that tried to create something, and now you're ostensibly making fun of it. So it becomes kind of a dangerous game to play, where it's like you need to make fun of the situation or the scenario or everything without, you know, seeming like you're completely destroying what they're making. So
but that's what they're doing with Past Tense, because at the beginning there is this part with Spell Nexus. He's constantly breathing in and breathing out, and they're just everybody just, what's this deal with this guy capturing and releasing breaths? Like all this, but I don't. Yeah, it is really funny. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's the only thing I found, is that it becomes kind of a dangerous act of like of not wanting to offend people. So
yeah, I still need to convince my friends this stream community that there is such thing as good fan fiction. The problem with fan fiction is just you not only need to write a good story, you also need to work with existing worlds and characters and make them work as well, which adds a total new level of difficulty. So it's way easier to fail writing a fanfic than writing an original story.
yeah.
That's basically the whole crux of it.
Well, and you have to do things like make sure that the one thing that's really difficult for a lot of people is, I think, that they get worked up on like, oh, this is the thing, and then this needs to happen, and this needs to happen, and this needs to happen, and then characters end up doing stuff that makes totally no sense for that character to do. You know, just like, well, this has to happen, and these are the characters, so Twilight Sparkle needs to kill a puppy. You know,
And then there was My Immortal. Yeah, I read that one. That is so funny.
I don't know that one.
Sketchy. It is known as the worst Harry Potter. The worst fanfiction of all time. There are lots of dramatic readings on YouTube. They're really funny. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I'm reading through some of this little ribbon. I didn't read much in the Sonic fandom. I was in it super hardcore back in the day, like back when it was like the Saturday AM crowd. Everybody was like, the internet was brand new, and people were setting up like crappy looking websites, but you could read all these stories and Bookshire Draftwoods and like, you know. Back before there was even a fanfiction.com or .net or whatever it is. I know, it was sold.
Yeah, I recently downloaded the demo for Sonic Lost World on the Wii U. It played really nice, and then they started talking.
Oh, the new game is supposed to be horrific. Like
it isn't. It plays. I played a 3D and a 2D world, and they're both mustaches, and they both play actually not that bad.
I mean the new Sonic Boom game that's just about to come out. Like every person that I've heard talk about it says that it's awful.
Well, it isn't out yet, and most people just complain about the new design, which.
Well, it's not
I
even
think I get it with the thing with Knuckles was all suddenly like buff as hell.
Well, it's not entirely that either. What I'm hearing a lot of people say is that the pacing is so weird. Run, stop, and now all of a sudden it's a God of War brawler, but not entirely good one. And then characters say a bunch of weird stuff like. There was just sound samples of just of Amy Rose going, "Good kill, Sonic! Good kill, Sonic! Good kill, Sonic! Good kill, Sonic!" You're like, oh. Like it's just it just seems like another instance of just like, oh, here they are, they're trying to do it again. Just take the blue rodent out back and give him a bullet, for God's sakes.
I just realized the only part of the trailer that I saw recently, the only part of the trailer I liked was a part where Sonic didn't speak, just pointed and gestured. Because I think it is the main bad guy just wakes up, is this giant snake guy, sees Sonic and says, "You." And Sonic just looks back and forth, points at himself. I found it really funny, and he didn't talk. And the next thing he said was really annoying.
Yeah, it's always just like, "Hey, what's going on, man? You can't stop me. I'm this guy. I'm cool and important." Ah. Like,
Yeah, they obviously know how to work in visual comedy, because also in Lost World there is a cutscene where they speak via, I don't know, I call it FaceTime or Skype, and it's also another thing that it has no talking, just Amy's talking to Sonic, and in the background you see Knuckles getting dragged off by those tiny animals. That was really funny, but also it involved no talking, and I go every time, this is why Mario does not talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he does talk, but not that much.
Yeah, but if it was, imagine if it was Mario being like a smack talker, just like, "I'm going to hit you with a big pint of noodles. I'm going to show you how, we do it Italian style." Just.
I'm sure there is a parallel universe where Nintendo lost to Sega Nintendo War, and Mario just evolved into this.
He just evolved into this crazy smack talker, just like, I'm going to strangle you. I'm going to get you.
And Sonic's still this
he's
fast,
just this quiet,
just hero.
like, just keeping the cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there's this whole parallel universe.
Well, see, I'm trying to think, like, things that are along that vein that are cartoonish but comedic that I've liked recently. Like Ratchet and Clank was really, really good, but then they kind of did too much and wore themselves down a little bit too much. Viva Pinata, they didn't say a damn thing besides being Viva Pinatas.
The 360 Banjo-Kazooie had too much text.
Oh man, you talking about the recent game? Nuts and Bolts.
Recent. Yeah, Nuts and Bolts. Also, it ends with the game master going, I probably should give you your abilities back. This might be the last game you ever get." And they all look at the camera, and it fades to black.
Wow. That's woo.
It's basically like the same with Conquer that they did this year. With
that's rare. Just laying it down there, just like Xbox and Microsoft told us to make a thing. We don't have any soul anymore.
The thing was they wanted to make a remake of the original with new graphics. But Rare just or I don't know if it was Rare, but someone there just acquired the Havoc physics engine, and someone went, "Let's make something with physics," and then cars happened, and planes and whatever. I mean, the Spiral Mountain stage, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the game, not so much.
Yeah, there's some neat stuff to it. It's just it was too much of just like, I'm waiting for something to happen. I gotta go to these people and take quests. None of these quests are any fun. I'm supposed to build vehicles, but I don't see any need to. I can't tell if I'm going to build a vehicle and it's going to be any good or if it's going to fall apart. Like, I just...
Yeah. Well, there was a rumor going around that Nintendo did a acquisition in this year's fourth quarter for $100 million.
So the hope is that they stole Rare back?
I have no idea what that could be. My guesses are they bought back the Banjo-Kazooie franchise, which is very, very unlikely.
Get ready, everyone. Star Fox Adventures 2.
What I hope is but it's also very, very unlikely, is that they actually buy Sonic,
Ooh.
because 100 million is a big amount of money. And let's face it, the best Sonic level in the past years was in Mario 3D World. There is a course based on Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, which has lots and lots of turbo tracks, which make you run fast as hell. And it's basically who reaches the goal as the first person, and it's a really fun level. You never lose track of where you're going. You can make it through it first try, which is something I never got used to in Sonic. You need to learn the levels, especially in the 2D ones.
Okay, here's a weird concept I just came up with.
Sonic
What?
driving a car?
Been done.
That's actually
It's been done
that's actually a
several
really
times.
good game.
Yeah.
The new one. not the
Hori's
old
on a hoverboard. Woo!
Oh god.
Yeah. But I was just thinking like, so I'm playing Saints Row 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some of the blazing stuff where you run and you're zipping around everywhere. And it's a big open world, and I just went like, Mother Trucker, what if they just made an open world version? Like, you can just run anywhere, whatever. Like, you don't have... Like, half of the annoyance of those games is just the entire fact of just like, I'm running, I'm going super fast, and okay, this is okay, and whoops, I just slipped off the lip, and now I'm dead.
Yep.
Like, goody. But if it's a big open world and you do it smart enough, then you don't have to make and that's not a big frickin' deal. Why are we talking about Sonic? Why is this always
Sonic
happen?
Detective.
It's always, sweetie, why does this always happen?
Didn't they sort of made an open world in Sonic 06?
Yeah. The
The
adventures
hub worlds.
games. But you can never do anything in them. Like, they were just portals to get to and from places.
Well, Sonic 06's hub world was kind of open world.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give every game a chance, even if it is Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't.
I still have my download code that I got with my copy of Mario Kart, and I'm torn between spending it for Lost World or Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. The thing is, I already own 3 Ultimate on the disc, but it seems to be really hard on the disc drive. So a digital version might not be too bad. But I really want to try out this Sonic game, but I don't know how good it is gonna end up being.
Trials HD. That would be.
Fast. You need to tilt him forward and backwards.
it's a quap. Just have to put each of his feet in front of each other.
Sonic Quap. Gotta go fast.
Just hit the buttons.
It's
only 2 buttons, but you gotta hit them at the right speed together.
Yeah, you have to make this perfect 8 figure with his feet, which I have no idea how that works. Wouldn't the back feet go backwards and the forward feet go forwards if you do the 8 figure?
Yeah, but you'd have to organize it right. Yeah, it would be weird. And Lil Ribbon will probably do
sort
that
of
at some
moonwalking.
point. We'll probably end up doing that. Yeah, 1991 to 2001. Cover all that stuff. Watch me scream about. Was the anime in 2001? I forget.
Sonic anime? What?
Oh, there's been a few of them.
Oh, not the Western cartoons like Adventures and Sonic 06.
Yeah, there was
That's
straight
the,
up. So there was an old anime that was actually early 90s, which was just like a one shot, and then there was another one that was a long running series that featured Chris and a whole bunch of cast of characters. So I'm playing Saints Row now.
Yeah, I let me see what is on sale right now, since it is the last day. I think Saints Row is in the top sellers of yesterday. Not anymore.
It is.
Top sellers. Where is it? A friend of mine played among the... Oh, Valiant Hearts is out. That looks really good.
Shovel Knight's also supposed to be pretty good too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that for the Wii U, since it has some
Yeah,
pad features, I heard.
It's brand new, so it's
I've seen gameplay of it. It looks really fun. It has... The worlds are... The stages are really long, from what I've seen.
I understand that the only criticism I heard from it is that the game is somewhat short, or it evokes the old style of like an old platformer, but never gets as hard as an old platformer.
It is in the style of an NES. That's a sound chip of an NES. That's the limited color scheme of an NES, and it has very tight controls.
Mm-hmm.
Just the thing is, it is in HD. So you can make the character a bit smaller, show more of the stage.
Right.
So that might be part of it. And yeah, it is rather short. A friend of mine streamed it on the GLA, and he beat it in like 4.5 hours. And that includes dying a lot to one of the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it has some replay value because it is a platformer.
My team's in the lead. My team's not in the lead.
Oh,
I guess not. It's just it's straight. It's bedlam. My team's now in 4th. My team's now in last place. I believe I believe this is make believe. They're all so neck and neck. This seems impossible.
swap, 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 swap from first to last in 5 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm happy.
And watch it go up again in a few seconds.
Yeah, I expect we're gonna hit 4th in just a second, and then just like whoop 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 whoop.
And pink is... Oh! Yeah, pink is just going off. Pink is rising way faster than everyone else.
Yeah, whatever. We're watching flag races now.
Why is your star bar on the side of your monitor?
So the reason I did this is because of I do play a lot of like Civ and stuff like that, and because I'm using a TV, it's a lot longer than it is taller.
Ah.
So because of that, it's if I play some things and I have the bottom bar, that means I've got even less vertical space. So I move it to the side so it actually squishes my machine a little bit more into a... Yeah, that's the only reason I keep it on the side. I actually have it on my laptop too, because for whatever reason, it's very wide and it's very long too. And like, for instance, if I play Civ 5 and I have it there, it completely cuts off like the bottom of the screen. Mm-hmm. I can't get to stuff. So yeah, I put it over here for weird reasons.
What are your feelings on Windows 8?
You know, it's not... In the end, once I got used to it, it's not bad.
Same. Everybody... I have the feeling everybody who hates on it are people who don't use it.
You know, this is me using it in a desktop experience. There's some weird stuff like, you know, all right, go over here, and now I pull up the search, and, you know, I go down to this corner, and everything vanishes. I go up to here, and it should do something, or I go down to here, and it should take me to here. Like, there's some weirdness, but I can use this and do it to launch particular things. You know, I don't use any of these apps because they're all worthless.
Yeah.
The only thing I use is this, and then I've use the search to get anything I need.
I basically removed all the apps and replaced them with my own programs, because when you do that, it is way more useful than the classic start bar, because you actually can have way more programs on the have them ready to just launch.
Yeah.
Just hit Windows. Where is Mumble? There is Mumble. Click.
Yeah.
Where is XSplit? There. Click.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say is that we've also got a Surface as well, and since it's a touch device, it's even better. Like it's just so easy just to go hit that. I'm where I need to be.
I have a Surface 2. Also, a Surface 1. I have a Surface 2.
Yeah, I have a Surface Pro 2.
Oh, a Pro even.
Yeah,
I was thinking getting one, but then when I have a notebook, I don't need full Windows on this. I have now a very useful tablet with a very long battery life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is way more useful on a touch device.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't need to install stuff on it. Internet Explorer.
Yeah, it's like I can't. I've used Chrome. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't imagine using IE.
Internet Explorer has gotten better. It's still bottom of the list, but it's not way up in the distance. Bottom of the list.
Which is bottom of the list? That or Safari, or Opera?
I don't even use Safari since the last. I only had one Apple device that was network that could go to the internet. It was an iPhone 5. I sold that after like 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even sell it. I gave it to my little brother, and he still has it.
Netscape Navigator. Whew. Whew.
What's Netscape Navigator? What?
Oh, you're aging yourself there. Watch out. That's an age-old internet browser.
Oh God. Yeah, Windows also brought me this huge list of browsers I've never heard of.
Yeah. What's funny is I drive by Opera every once in a while, and I'm just like, why are you still here?
Yeah, Opera. I heard of Opera. Opera was the browser on the Wii, on the old Wii.
Yeah, it was.
And I think it worked. It was slow, but it worked.
It was the first one that actually did the tabbed browsing.
Oh.
And that was when that happened, they were just like, this is a game changer. And then everything else did tab browsing and went, everything else loads better. Bye. Little Ribbon.
Yeah, everyone copies stuff, and yeah. The thing is with the Wii U, I think Nintendo made its own web browser for this, and it shows. It is really made for this device. Because you can play a YouTube video in 1080p on your TV while browsing the rest of the web on the tablet. For example, also the YouTube in the standard browser is better than the actual YouTube app that is pre-installed. Because it is the basic YouTube app that is on every device, which is terrible.
Yeah. I see Gray's bringing up that he has Penguin for iPad. I believe there's one Dolphin for Android that I've used before.
I thought Dolphin was a GameCube Wii emulator.
No, well, there's enough things that have the same name that, yeah. All right.
Just name them after animals.
Pretty much. Or you could be like, Google and just name everything out of sweets. Anyway.
That's why?
Well, they're stopping now. Their next revision for any of the Android stuff, they're just calling L. I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
L?
Yeah, so they did Kit Kat, so they were doing Eclair,
Jelly Bean, ice cream sandwich,
and now they're the L, and I'm just like, they could do Lollipop or Licorice, but there's nah, we're getting away from that. It's not professional. It's like, it was fun.
You realized that really soon, really early. Yeah, I thought, why do this? This is stupid. What? Why Jelly Bean, Kit Kat. What?
But it was kind
those
of
are stupid
fun.
names.
It's more fun than L.
I mean, your OS is called Android. Make some robot names or something like that.
So just call them like transistors.
Transi-
Okay,
yeah.
there you go. Limiter. Yeah, you don't want to call it a limiter. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I should probably go ahead and head out for the day. Start
Same.
doing
It's
my
almost
stuff.
midnight for me.
Haha. You
I
gotta go
still
to
need to
bed.
book the hotel in Germany for Galacon, which is like next month.
There you go. Do it. We should probably get them Galaconers on. That might be who we need to get on our next Brony show.
Yeah.
Talk about horse stuff.
I still need to actually book my ticket there. I'm probably gonna go by a train. That's gonna be an adventure. German train network is notoriously bad.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Rusty.
It was a pleasure.
All
I
right.
will enjoy not listening to this episode because
great.
of voice on tape syndrome.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't listen to my own show either. So,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
ugh, gross.
I'm just gonna go cringe all the time during listening to this.
Yeah, yeah.
Why did I say that?
By the way, I need a. This is for you and also for the people in the chat. I need a name for this episode. Friendship blank. So we can.
Friendship is job professional.
Yeah, that's too easy.
I think you already had that.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and go ahead and end this. So catch you later, Rusty.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right. And if you guys do know a name for what the episode got to be, that would be cool. Obviously the video will be posted and I'll have that stuff. But friendship is giggle butt? What? What? I don't even understand. All right. Well, let me hit this. Turn off the records. Friendship is rusty. Maybe a little bit. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll go and catch you later. We'll do it next week. We'll do some FU. We may even talk Sonic. Get it out of my system finally. So we don't ever have to talk about it again. Never ever. That's how it works. All right, guys. Catch you next week. Bye.